You don't like being attacked, correct? Did I scratch you?
I don't know. You didn't, though.
Chomping and chomping and chewing and chomping. We're live.
Megan's thing did with it. But there's nobody said anything about Megan's thing with it. You know why? Because she didn't do it with blonde hair. It was the outfit for her. It was the blue and the green together.
Who? Like rocks in this goddamn shit. I don't know what I'm eating. Mm-hmm. Mm. Because he was going to leave that on that counter. Weren't you going to leave those sunflower seeds on that counter? Open and on that counter, weren't you?
I didn't set them there. So I'm going to say, yeah.
We said, we know you set them there. We said you were going to leave them there as they were open.
Yeah.
And weren't planning on returning to it. Right or wrong?
Yeah, I said right. I'm going to agree because I left them there. So we all know what that
means. That means scammer got caught. Right or wrong?
Yeah, because I left them there.
And you were the last one to use it, right?
I was.
Okay. But you told yourself he took it out some kind of way. Tobias took it out, right or wrong? Right or wrong, correct?
Yeah. Britney Spears, look what they did to her.
Let me see, Homo.
Ugly. A cracker.
Middle age. Going through. Ugh. Yum. Ugh.
Fine. Look. Tyler's starting to look like Rihanna. But Rihanna don't say her name.
She ain't gonna make it.
Tyler.
Yeah. She gonna force it.
I don't listen.
The industry go force that girl on us and force that girl on us until the Caucasians take her. But usually it's the other way around. Afro-Americans give you your base and give you buzz in certain settings. And then whites get wind of it, and then they come in and scoop in and take you and start selling you out, and booking you here, booking you there.
Look at that guy, nigga,
Really up.
That bad steak ass face.
The queen.
It's just her silicone was bad. It looked like that cartoon, how they got her up there like that. And I almost looked like she got a little dick in the front.
And you so pink. She said she wouldn't mess with that stuff. Number one Cardi and Beyonce defender. You faggot. You fucking faggot. You are a faggot. Beyonce defender. You worship Beyonce, but come time to have sex with her, girl, you don't want her. You do not want her. Beyonce defender. You fucking faggot. Who would name their channel that? Good. A fucking fag, bro. A fucking fag. Beyonce defender. Beyonce don't need that faggot don't need your help defending herself. She walk around in the bar weird. She trained. Beyonce. Oh! Beyonce bad juju to drop my phone. Yo, faggot, shut your mouth. Singing and hattling and shit.
Shalom. Want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Maq k'd. Hey, double honor to the apostle, the elders of Great Millstone.
Is his
Peace, citation for the whole flag.
fire alarm chirping? Yeah, we live, but it's private. And you remember this, right? Wait. This story back up?
No, I was driving to go to the gym.
That's Abraham Shakespeare.
Hi, my name is Sue. I'm over at the New Life Dental Implant Center. This has been an amazing.
And all new 2020 starts right now.
Why are they trying to look so serious?
So this case is such a mess that in the beginning, you don't even have a starting point. Except for Abraham Shakespeare winning the lottery.
I said he won $30 million. Do not show this to anybody.
And you know what he did?
They're saying, give me, let me have.
Do you know what he did?
Women
Do
with
not
cars
show
and
this
kids
to
will pull up and
anybody.
say, "Oh, the Lord."
They showed it to her already. Anybody? It doesn't matter who he showed it to. He ended up. I know this story. He ended up giving it to a white woman. So a white woman ended up getting control over all this money.
Led me to you, and I would be like, no, that would be Google Maps, honey.
One of the things that people talk about when they talk about winning the lottery is that it's cursed.
No, it's not.
My whole life.
That's a lie. That's what they tell black folk. Yeah. You get a little money, it's cursed. No, that's a lie.
And nobody knows where Abraham Shakespeare is.
Not your
Have you
business.
heard from Abe? No, I haven't heard from him. Have you seen him? No, I haven't seen him either.
A lot of people said, well, I think he took his money and wants to get away from all this.
So how many people in Polk County owed Abe Shakespeare money?
Over 20, maybe close to 40.
There are all these people with this web of connections to Abraham Shakespeare, and any one of them might be someone who has a motive to see him dead.
He won that lottery. They brought this case up over. This case is over 13, 14. Unlucky numbers.
We all dream of a moment in life that will instantly change everything. A
Here we go. Let's go.
Nothing will ever be the same again. That's exactly what happened to a man with a name you will never forget. Abraham Shakespeare.
Wow, Abraham Shakespeare was on a trucking route with his colleague, Michael Ford. They stopped at a convenience store. Mike Ford, who's the driver, said, "You need anything?" Abraham was saying, "The truck said, yeah, give me 2 quick minutes."
Mike right here at this gas station in a town that you just can't make up. Frostproof, Florida. One stop, 2 quick pick lottery tickets, one of which would change his life forever. The jackpot worth $30 million.
Florida, red thing number 15, New York, night, winning number 12.
When he realized he won the lottery, he wasn't even sure it was real. So he brought the tickets to his cousin Ashton Miller.
I looked up at him. I looked at the ticket again. I looked up at him. I said, you won $30 million. He said, okay, I just wasn't sure. I needed somebody I could trust to tell me that. And I was like, do not show this to him. That's you go tell Cassie and cash this in immediately.
News of Abe's win quickly spread across the state of Florida. It was at this convenience store that Abraham Shakespeare bought the lotto ticket that changed his life.
A Lakeland man is waking up a millionaire this morning. 40-year-old Abraham Shakespeare. He had the winning numbers, and Mr. Shakespeare, I don't give you my phone number.
See, ABC can do an investigation and they get all of the footage from the reports of it being broadcast live nationally.
He take home the lump sum of $17 million, but then after taxes, he ended up with $12 million.
Still, you know,
Huh?
$12 million is a huge.
That's it. That can't be right. 30 million and the taxes. How did they take well over that? That should have been investigated. That should have been.
And cash this in immediately.
News of Abe's win quickly spread across the state of Florida. It was at this convenience store that Abraham Shakespeare bought the lotto ticket that changed his life.
A Lakeland man is waking up a millionaire this morning. 40-year-old Abraham Shakespeare. He had the winning numbers, and Mr. Shakespeare, I don't give you my phone number. He opted to take home the lump sum of $17 million, but then after taxes, he ended up with $12 million.
Still, you know.
Oh, okay. All right. I was wondering. The lump sum. Wait a minute. Oh, the lump sum got him because you get a pay. You get a deduction if you take. You get a massive deduction if you take a lump sum. You could break it up, I believe, and up to $500,000 a month. They'll pay you for the next 30 years. I don't know. That would be very tempting to break it up versus the lump sum. Who has another 30 years to play with these people? It doesn't matter. He was stupid either way. A fool and his money is soon parted.
It is a huge chunk of change for a man with a pretty humble background. He came from the central Florida town of Lakeland.
Lakeland is a small town filled with a little bit of city and beautiful lakes. Areas are quiet, some parts are rural, and it's in between Orlando and Tampa.
And here at Lakeland, Abe lived in a modest neighborhood where many folks struggled to make ends meet.
This is the famous Abraham Shakespeare's ex-home, where he rented and lived.
This is where he lived before.
This is where he lived before he won the lottery. It was set up just like this. Nothing strange besides painting.
Pretty modest place.
Pretty modest.
Abraham's life has been hard scrabble for its duration. Abraham dropped out of school. He was in debt and a little bit of trouble as a youth. Nothing major, just petty theft kind of things.
Poverty issues. Poverty.
A series of odd jobs. Riding garbage trucks for the city of Lakeland, sweeping up in somebody's barber shop. Abraham had a strong friendship with Grant Smith, who owned a barber shop.
And barbershop and cleanup guy. Mop the floor. He was a less fortunate person, so they work, get paid, find something to eat. Abraham was an easy going person. He took life just as it came.
What kind of guy was he? He was a humble guy. Humble, respectful. He wasn't hard ass. He was a good. He didn't smoke, he didn't drink, he didn't do dope. He was just trying to survive, trying to make it in the world as most people do, but without being in the limelight of problems and trouble.
Even though he didn't have a whole lot, he was very content.
North Dakota has the good life for families. With safe, friendly communities, great
Build
schools,
me back up.
space for entrepreneurs, endless career opportunities, and places for family adventures.
What's going on?
Say hello to North Dakota. Learn more about the good life in North.
He didn't have a whole lot. He was very content.
Am I recording?
Abraham has all his money. He can go anywhere he wants to.
I forgot I was recording anyway. I think I just said it, right? Yeah, it's not. It's live, but it's private. It's not live public. Live public is different.
Abraham walked up on this particular car, and he liked it. And I'm like, yeah, Abraham, that's nice, but it's a used car. Used or whatever, it was a gym thing.
He said he would go to Denny's to eat breakfast. He bought a Rolex watch from a pawn shop.
We come to the shop every day. Come to the shop. You better have pay on the floor. First thing I'm going to say, you pick it up. He was a Dennis McDonald.
Abraham doesn't spend much money on himself, but the one thing that he really wants is a new house. So he buys a 5,000 square foot, $1 million mansion.
Prior to winning the lottery, he would walk around this exclusive neighborhood and he would dream about living in one of those homes. He was able to buy his dream home for $1 million in a gated community.
And Abe quickly opened his doors to friends and even strangers. And one of those strangers was Victoria Butler, who was at the time down on her luck when she met Abe at a party he threw at his new house.
At the end of the night, he's like, where are you going?
Down on luck. You heard me say it.
He literally let me and the stranger move into his house.
A friendship blossomed. Victoria and Abe.
He let her move into his house as a stranger because she was white. You got exactly what you got coming to you. You should have got it. You let that big pig in your face. This was a psyop. It's the United States government. I just don't know when he Haitian. or no?
Yeah.
In Florida. She shot that ugly thing and sent him right and buried him in a tub of concrete, literally, and took his money. Playing around with this white woman. This is how this story ends. He won a lot of $30 million and decided to move way out there in the white neighborhood gated community and shut off all his friends, his Negroes, because they were asking him for money. They should have did that right because you ran them off. But if you go run off because of them, why run to her and then start giving her power of attorney? She was writing checks and on tape, coaching him into saying those things. They're going to talk about you don't want them coming around because they were calling for a while before he was dead. And he was dead for a while, but they didn't know because the last communications they had with him, he was distancing himself. So she was pulling him away, getting him to the side. He did this to himself. Yeah, right. But see, what she knew is she already knew what he wanted anyway. The company of a white woman. When she walked in the room, she knew if she didn't have a file on him and opened it up and made it seem like their meeting was organic when she had been following him. Because you remember, he went public. He went public with winning his winnings. He went public with it. So they all knew him. And she robbed you. And you couldn't handle it.
Eventually, they welcomed the son named Jeremiah.
When the baby is out and they bring him over to the bed, Abraham with his long arms, he swoops in and he takes the baby right back in. And he told him, and he's like, yeah, I got my slip and cook.
But for Abe, it wasn't enough just to provide for his own family. Abe seemingly wanted to help everyone, and pretty soon his generosity spread throughout Lakeland.
When Abraham won the lottery, all of Lakeland and Polk County won the lottery, people did not hesitate to come to Abraham and say, I need money for my mortgage. They're going to foreclose my house. They're going to repossess my car. I've got to bury my mother. Everything you can think of that someone needed.
Now he doesn't look out people you want to look out for, and people you don't want to look out for.
That's your business. You don't know how to.
And Abe quickly opened his doors to friends and even strangers. And one of those strangers was Victoria Butler, who was at the time down on her luck when she met Abe at a party he threw at his new house.
At the end of the night, he's like, where are you going? I was like, I might be staying in my car tonight. He's like, well, you stay here until you get on your feet. He literally.
I apologize. I misled you.
A friendship blossomed.
That was a black woman he took home. I know the white woman ended up getting the money because what threw it off. Oh, he took home a cute little black woman. Okay, that makes sense. I had a baby with her. Okay.
And they bring him over to Abraham with his long arms, he swoops in and he takes the baby right back in. And he told him, and he's like, yeah, I got my slip and cook.
But for Abe, it wasn't enough just to provide for his own family. Abe seemingly wanted to help everyone, and pretty soon his generosity spread throughout Lakeland.
When Abraham won the lottery, all of Lakeland and Polk County won the lottery, people did not hesitate to come to Abraham.
There were days that random women with car full of kids would pull up and say, oh, the Lord led me to you. And I would be like, no, that would be Google Maps, honey.
They got times when he got fed up with the line.
I really would like my whole life, right, where I could walk the streets like a normal person, but got people coming up asking for money.
And Abe's fortune might be about to take an even more serious turn for the worse.
His friend comes forward and says, hey, that's my ticket. All those multi-million dollars, they're mine.
Abraham Shakespeare was on the verge of losing his entire fortune.
That cheese good.
Here's how to never have to worry about money after a car accident. Listen.
Abraham squandered that.
And died in a pool of concrete.
Yeah, they haven't gotten to that part. I guess they go take it in series because they want to milk it. Because they're doing like a full investigation. That was one part. I had to speed it up. That was 20 minutes.
No, she did the concrete. They said, wow, you really did.
She brought in a white man that worked in that field. That's why they watch business owners. So he had a little concrete company. And he built those foundations for you in your background. And they built the foundation and put him in it. And used it as normal on top. And it was to do something with it. Some kind of foundation. But they ended up digging it up. They got wind of it. And they shot him and put him in there. And buried him right there, I guess. And eventually it all came out. But because the money is going to give you away. Why? Because you're going to steal it. And you're going to do what? You're going to put it in your bank account. And what do you want to do? You want to have access to it. So you're going to use your legal name. Follow the money. You get the criminal. Almost every time. So that's what that is. He got played.